5 minutes. And what I want to say is that this discussion is not about Obamacare at all. What this discussion and what this debate and what this conflict is about is that our Republican friends in the House are trying to annul the election that took place last November. Some of them were shocked that Obama won and that he won by 5 million votes. They haven't gotten over it. They were shocked that they lost 2 seats here in the Senate. They haven't gotten over that. Shocked that they lost some seats in the House. And what they are saying to the American people tonight is, well, maybe we lost the presidential election. Maybe we lost seats in the Senate, lost seats in the House. It doesn't matter. We can now bring the government to a shutdown, throw some 800,000 hardworking Americans out on the street, and we are going to get our way no matter what. And I think, Madam President, that that is a horrendous precedent to be established for this body. And let's be clear, if we surrendered to that hostage-taking tonight, without a shadow of a doubt, these guys would be back 2 weeks from today. And what they would say is, here is our laundry list of demands, and if you don't give us what we want, we are going to bring the financial system of the United States of America down, the world financial system down, and if it leads to a worldwide recession, well, that's the way it goes. But what's most important is we get our way and we don't care about the repercussions. And next year I could see these same guys coming to the floor of the House and saying, you know what? We want to abolish Social Security. We think Social Security is a bad idea. And if you don't allow us to do that, we're going to stop the government again, and on it goes. So ultimately what we are dealing with tonight is an extraordinarily anti-democratic act. Every member of the Senate has strong feelings. Sometimes we win, sometimes we lose. But when you are in the minority, they do not control the White House. They do not control the United States Senate. They cannot force the American people to give them what they want. Now, the irony here, Madam President, is that because we have folks in the Republican Party in the House who believe that we should abolish Social Security, we should end Medicare as we know it, we should privatize the VA, we should eliminate the Environmental Protection Agency. They do not believe that the function of government is to protect the interest of the vast majority of the people. So these guys are sitting and saying, my God, the government may shut down. What a great idea. If you don't believe that the EPA should protect us from pollution, then isn't it a good idea that we not have an EPA starting tomorrow? If you don't believe in veterans' health care, isn't it a good idea that we should slow down the processing of veterans' claims? So for these guys who do not believe that in a democratic, civilized society we should have a government which represents the people, from their point of view, what is happening is, in fact, quite good. Now, what particularly angers me, Madam President, and why the American people have such contempt for what we're doing here in Washington, is as we speak, everybody knows this, the middle class in this country is disappearing. Census Bureau study just came out last week. If you can believe this, median family income, that family right in the middle of American society, that family is earning less money today than it earned 24 years ago. All of the increase in technology, productivity, doesn't mean anything. Poverty today at 46.5 million, highest on record. Youth unemployment, 20%. Real unemployment, 14%. What do the American people want us to be doing? Everybody knows what they want us to do. Every poll gives us the answer. They want us to start creating the millions of jobs this economy desperately needs. They want us to raise the minimum wage because they know that millions of people in this country can't make it on $8 or $9 an hour. They want us to improve our crumbling infrastructure, our roads, our bridges, our wastewater plants. They want us to bring about real tax reform so that 1 out of 4 major corporations today is not paying a nickel in taxes. They want us to change that as well. So, Madam President, in my view, for the future of this country, we cannot allow a handful of right-wing extremists to hold this nation hostage. The American people have got to stand tall and tell them that, yes, in a democratic society, people have differences of opinion. Yes, we can make improvements in Obamacare, but you don't go forward by trying to destroy and bring the United States government to a halt. So I think it's important for the American people now to stand up, demand democracy here in Washington, and tell a handful of right-wing extremists that they cannot get their way by holding this government in a hijacked manner. And with that, Madam President, I would yield the floor.